doing in the strategy, and this was definitely not where I would have placed it. Everyone's speculating, oh, is it going to be 9? Is it going to be 33? Are they going to try to curveball it with a position 1 Night Stalker for Skitter? And nope, it's a 5. And I don't think VP saw this coming. So we'll see how it all works out when they get to go to their lanes. Night Stalker is a 5. He has decent stats, 5 armor, good damage, has opted to go for the Orb of Venom. And his health isn't too bad either. Regen is even good. So like a lot of the base stats are favoring him, but he still has the weakness of being melee. His slow is very bad during daytime.
Boom! Illuminate, but VP does get the bounty rune. Yep. So
2 for 2.
So aside from the Night Stalker, which lineup are you preferring without the team names affecting your judgment?
I honestly don't have a clear favorite. I think what I was looking at the heroes and I'm like, oh, VP's lineup looks good, and then I see Caudle, and I just think Caudle in this patch is just so stupidly good that that kind of swings it back to even for me.
Position 4 this time,
right? Is it really ever position 4 though? Let's be honest. No. Isn't it always just a 3 or more?
But after that mid performance in the last series, I have to say, that's on another level.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I think both lineups have different strengths. Tundra's lineup is incredibly good at fighting in the first 2 night times, with Luna, Night Stalker giving vision for Batrider. And then VP's lineup, I think, gets very strong when it starts getting BKBs. I think that is going to be the downfall of Tundra's strategy here, is when heroes are in BKB, their lineup looks super weak. Like, all you have is Luna's right clicks, and they are spread damage, so she doesn't, like, single target like, say, a Terrorblade or a Sven would. So you have to be very careful with fight selection and with weaving in and out when you have BKBs running.
Yeah.
10 sticks right now, stacks rather.
It won't last. It won't last. It's about to dissipate.
Yeah. Running out.
Yes, we've seen a lot of standout performances from a few different teams, actually, with the Batrider mid. 9 actually being one of those from yesterday, actually. Absolutely dominating. I mean, what's changed in the patch that makes Batrider? I mean, I know he was kind of a flex before. We've seen a mid bunch in the past, but lately we have not seen a Batrider mid until this patch.
I think the upgrade to Firefly level 1 really makes a huge difference. It went from 10 DPS to 20. It might not sound like a lot because you're like, oh, that's still not a big number, but when you factor in Sticky Napalm and the fact that that got buffed too, Batrider just has way more formidable laning than before. And it's also opened up for the offlane Batriders that we've been starting to see again, who, to be honest, in the last patch, I think we almost only saw it mid. Nobody really played it offlane except in very specific situations comparatively, at least toward the final, like the tail end of the patch. So if nothing else, the cool thing about this is it opens up more variety. I think it's also possible to start playing Bat 4 again, actually, with this change. It's something I think teams might start experimenting with again. He was a 4 for a while. Could see that come back.
Okay. Well, we're going to see Nightfall playing the Gyrocopter this evening. And this is a hero that, despite having some changes that we thought would be cool with the shard and all, it's not really something that people have been going for, especially considering it's more catered towards support. But there were a lot of changes to Flat Cannon in terms of the cooldown and more talents providing. So overall a buff, I believe, for this hero. So interested to see how he scales into the late game.
Yeah.
I mean, as cool as that 25 talent, the 3 cooldown, you're still taking the Flat Cannon cooldown.
I saw a post the other day that cracked me up a little bit with the Flat Cannon change. It's kind of like the Apple approach of inventing a problem and then selling you the solution. So Flat Cannon's attack radius went from 1250 to 1k, but then he gets a talent.
So that's equivalent to the Apple charger that you have to buy. I see. Yeah.
That is basically what's happened with Gyro. Yeah. Overall, though, I'm not sure if he's actually a better carry than before. Like, some of the talents feel good, but at the same time, you used to have a flat damage talent level 10 that you've lost. So that obviously matters a lot to every single carry in the game when you have just flat increase in the primary stat you want to buy. But he definitely still feels good. And I think the most important thing about Gyro is he really fits the flow of the patch in the meta right now with fast fight. Oh, he died to actually a melee creep there, Kingslayer.
Yeah, so that doesn't technically count as first... Wait, does it count as a first blood? I can't remember if they changed this. Not in this patch, but a few patches ago. That was a lot of gold. 271. That had to have been first blood then, I think. Either way, yeah, Gyrocopter versus Luna. Luna was obviously one of the 3 carries from the last patch. Apparently still surviving, but we talked about this the other day, the fact that Lucent Beam has been nerfed in terms of the laning. makes her a little bit weaker. But again, like this last patch didn't really decimate any heroes, I want to say. I was expecting definitely more for Luna and Terrorblade specifically, but we're still seeing them. But they definitely don't look as strong as in the prior patch.
Yeah, I think Luna was the single carry that got nerfed the hardest, unless you would consider Brood a carry.
That's true. Brood is like whatever you want it to be, right?
Luna's nerfs were definitely really significant. But Tundra still made it work pretty well.
He's just going to TP out. Oh my goodness. He's
Look
burning.
at that. It's so crazy. That's a level 1 Firefly, right? You do that in the last patch, GPK's half health.
Yeah.
It's really, really noticeable in moves like this. And love seeing the aggression from 9. I think this is how you play Batrider against Lesh. You look for the stacks, and you do go for the dive whenever it's possible. And you play with no fear, basically. You put all that pressure. He even finds a 3 or a 5-minute bounty rune in the triangle. Nobody went to pick that up, so it gets a little bit of a free refill.
Wow.
And Fata now with Nighttime as Night Stalker. You've got 359 move speed without boots. You know, you're faster than most heroes with boots at this point on Night Stalker. So could see him run at save here, looking for a backstab angle with Skitter getting X marked. And Fata's gonna, oh, that's a good Earth Spike actually clipping there.
Keeps him at bay for now. Skeeter has to get out just because of the damage from the Kunkka. As you see the high five from Fata. Will it be reciprocated from save, or will save just die without being good manners? And he will do just that. Fata, you can tell, very excited with that kill.
Yeah.
I love
licking his lips.
I love the quick transition to the camera.
Yeah.
As
make sure that the audience knows that this is how pro players are. Dead inside. You get a good kill.
True.
Show no emotion ever.
That's true.
You can celebrate a little bit if you win.
It is a support for an off lane, technically, as we see the replay of 33
so much damage.
Yeah, I mean, nothing. Rocket Barrage is still one of those things that you have to fear in lane. As long as there's no creeps next by, it's, I mean, no harder.
Lasso available.
Yep, Lasso onto the high ground with Fata here as well. The Void. Looks like it'll connect.
Oh, really good damage, actually.
GPK looks like he'll drop either way, though. 9 survives. So yeah, lots of damage.
I want to point out Nightfall's skill build in this lane. He hasn't gone homing missile at all. He's 3-0-3 build on the gyro, and what led to this kill on the Tide, they're maxing out flat cannon so that they can just push out the wave all the time against the Coddle's Illuminate spam. And then he's maxing Barrage aside from that, so they get kill potential on Tide. And this bottom lane for Virtus.pro has gone insanely well, in my opinion. Kyle was talking about how this Tide Coddle lane is almost unbeatable, but they've managed to do it. Like I guess overall it's pretty even if you add up the Coddle and Tide's net worth to that of the Omni and Gyro, but I think if you're VP, you're happy to see Gyro well ahead of the curve. Right
Let me ask you a question. In terms of Coddle, you're on the camp that you think he's very overpowered right now. Is that correct?
He is definitely too good.
That's Split Earth with the Pulse Nova from GPK. Kingslayer on the backside as well, helping out with the Heavenly Grace. But GPK is going to have to back out. There's too many members of Tundra in the vicinity. Having to reset overall DM. Looks like he'll TP out as well. So what I was getting to is, how important is it to have somebody that play... I'm not saying that Tundra can't play Coddle. I'm just talking about theoretically. To have a Coddle player as opposed to somebody that just can play it technically just because it's so good. Hold on to that thought, Center, as we have Mr. 3-3 getting Rocket Barrage, but a creep is taking a decent amount of damage. It's not going to be enough.
So you mean having an expert?
Yeah.
So to speak? I don't think it's that important because I think the key aspect of Coddle right now is very straightforward. Spamming Illuminate doesn't take a lot of practice. The finesse in Coddle historically has been using Recall really well and having a very good understanding of how to use Ignis and Blinding Light, but a lot of this just, you know, now his key kit is very straightforward, right? Save. I'm going to run it by Fata here, who's going to stop the chase and try to kill a courier.
Oh, no, not able to get it. And yeah, Night Stalker still only level 4 right now, so no ult to work with. But there's another Lasso here in the mid lane. And yeah, with that Firefly, GPK goes down again. Earthspike not going to be there for save. And Kingslayer just a little bit too late to save his comrade as 9. Looking very healthy. And he is off to an incredible start.
And now they're going to steal their stack.
I mean, it's a small camp stack. Let's put it in perspective, Cinderin, okay?
Need to make things a bit dramatic here.
Holy, what an anchor smash.
Wow, can't wait for him to hit level 25 and get the talent, huh?
God, I can't wait for that talent.
Yeah, it's so good.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a mid carry by TI. 9 has the Firefly still. No lasso available, though, this time around.
Oh,
If we see
You're right, 100% win rate.
11% pick rate. That's not that bad, actually.
1 out of 9. It was probably...
Yeah. I guess that's for pubs, not just...
I think you pick that when you've won the game to boost the win rate.
Yeah, and the morale of your team because it's so awesome looking.
Yes.
But
kind of like you with sunglasses.
thank you. As long as we cover up my
paper
eyes.
bag.
GPK getting surrounded again. Look at that sticky napalm. You can just tell how freaking slow it is to turn around. But there's the Heavenly Grace to dispel it.
It's a truly awful matchup for Lesh. This hero is really dependent on movement and especially turn rate. You need to be able to turn to hit your stun.
Pick pull.
And he's just... just one stack of napalm just ruins this
Yeah.
hero. It's so annoying. At the very least for him, he has the Omni Knight covering him that can dispel with the Heavenly Grace, and maybe that can set something up, but you're definitely not seeing the best game out of GPK right now, and I don't think he's played that bad. I just think 9 is exceptionally good at bat, and I think this is a heavily bat-favored matchup in this patch. If you went back to 729, I think the gold might honestly be even at this point between them, but 9 almost pulling 1,000 ahead just off of those aggressive dive kills that he can't find in that previous version of the game.
Yeah, those kills very valuable. I mean, it's like a 900, 800 net worth discrepancy right now. DM getting surrounded. Skeeter has come as well. Illuminate will not connect, but there's the flame break. Back into the high ground he goes, and DM is resigned to his own death. They're going to try to get the kill. I was going to say to Skeeter, but 9 likes his kills.
He does.
I mean, we saw him the other day. Went like 17-0, I believe.
He's gone everything I know at this point.
Okay. And Nightfall already has the Chrysalis. First item Chrysalis.
Piggy.
Yeah, pig pole usage. We're going to have to make sure that that is a highlight for the later ends of the game. Like when there's a big team fight, we look at that as a highlight.
Oh, smoke broke there. Skeeter. Obviously saw the smoke being popped with the ward they had at the Radiant Triangle.
I mean, despite this, like, Tundra has the lead right now, but Gyrocopter is out-farming everybody.
Nightfall's getting very farmed, and of course, when you go for this build, you've seen this build by a couple of pro players where they go 1-1-4 and then max stats. In this game, he has obviously opted for Rocket Barrage for winning the lane against Tide, but has the max flag cannon and the Chrysalis build, so he can farm really effectively in his triangle and tries to stay ahead of the Luna. Ooh. 9 will be finding an opportunity here.
Oh, yeah, this is good timing. The Ancients are not quite dead. There's the lasso. Homing missile connects, though, snaking from the other side. It's the Illuminate off. Fata and company able to clean up Nightfall with ease. Kingslayer just a little bit too late. I'll just be getting chased by Fatu. Nobody wants to high-five this man. We'll see if they try to go for the rest of these Ancient stacks. That would be pretty big. And they get a couple.
It's kind of a cool situation, right? Because what VP are trying to do is to feign this push top so hard that Tundra are like, oh, hang on.
Oh, X into boat, incoming for DM. 9. Oh, that was the Tumbler's toy, but not quite enough distance. It's a big finger of death from Save. That's the first charge of the game for him. So a big kill for VP, despite losing their carry.
Yeah, and what VP did before was they were pushing top with multiple heroes, and they kept Omni Knight up there in case Tundra wanted to fight. But Tundra went for the smoke on Gyro. If Gyro's protected by Omni, the kill doesn't happen, right?
Oh, Split Earth from the other side. GPK coming from above. Beautifully done. So Fata drops to his death. Fortifications pop with a Diabolic Edict.
Ravage is ready. By the way, this is not a good game for 33. He's had some outstanding games on Tide, but he's not in the usual position here.
He doesn't even have Hood yet.
Sitting at 6th on the net worth, and he's only level 7 minute 13.
Compare him to Kunkka, though. It's actually pretty even, but that's not what you're expecting, right?
No, Kunkka is ahead. Okay, only by 100 gold. I guess it's marginal.
He's ahead by, what, 2 Iron Branches.
Right.
Goodness.
But considering the last couple of games Tundra have had Tide, this is way below their average, especially laning with Coddle. Obviously, Coddle will take quite a bit of the farm, so you are seeing Snaking's net worth way ahead of that of the Lion. And honestly, that's the primary difference in net worth right now. It's the Coddle versus the other support. When you compare the cores, the teams are pretty much neck and neck.
Yeah, of course. They go into this knowing that Coddle's going to get farmed. I think we've established there's kind of no way to disrupt it. I mean, you can disrupt it, but you can't stop it completely, right? What would you consider the best carry in the game to go against a Coddle? Because I feel like one of the carries that would have, in theory, been good, it's just not good in this patch, is Spectre to get on top.
Spectre is very good. I don't know how bad she is in reality.
I think we've yet to see her.
Weaver should be pretty good.
Okay.
Slark, Phantom Lancer.
What about Gyro?
In theory, PA should also be very good when she gets enough items. Like the burst is just overwhelming, and she does a lot of the damage from range, so it's harder to use Blinding Light. But Gyro, I wouldn't put in the category of very good against Caudle. So.
I mean, in terms of their catch, obviously X marks if they can get in distance. I assume he's going to go for Blink Dagger at some point. We've seen him do that time and time again, but every game is a little bit different for the Kunkka. But Lion, Blink Dagger is always a thing. Just thinking of ways that they can catch the Caudle in the back.
Yeah. X mark setting up.
Yeah.
But Bat is there.
Oh, that's a big boat incoming. It's a shark on top of Fata, but looks like Save is going to be the one to get ganked here. DM now on the run, has a Soulbind applied, and yeah, that ain't happening. So 2 deaths, Tundra, great rotation overall.
Yeah, they bring the numbers, and at the same time, they just TP Fata top. Nightstalker, honestly, you know, his wave clear is pretty awful, especially as a support. But what Nightstalker can do is he can act like a pseudo-defender of this top tier 2 tower because he's relatively difficult to kill. He can always just pull the creeps away, especially at nighttime. You just avoid the wave and run, pull the creeps. And if they do dive you have some counterplay potential with the silence and just flying over trees. So kind of an interesting idea to use Fata as a pseudo wall, kind of. And if he dies, he's a 5, right? It's like, okay, you know, as long as my cores are farming. Yeah, curious to see what he goes after the Solar Crest. I think it's a very straightforward item to build and support NS, but after that, I feel like there's just so many different choices. It's very game specific, but Solar definitely the stable choice. The hero wants the mana regen, the armor feels good to have, and then obviously cast on your Luna. Make her a lot stronger in this matchup.
At 33 in the mid lane, but you can see this smoke from VP trying to traverse their way into the triangle as Skeeter is going for these stacks currently, but 33, like we talked about, is in the vicinity with the Ravage, so they're going to rethink it and back up completely.
Yeah. I think they primarily smoked there to place this ward. The problem is, if you're smoking in there with just Leshrac Lion, and there's any sort of defense mounted by Tundra, you both just die. So when the smoke broke on Lion, they just gave that up immediately and didn't pursue anything. In many ways, a pretty high-risk play. The other heroes from their lineup weren't really in connection range. They're showing, I think they were showing the Kunkka bottom. So perhaps that was the idea, you know, at some point when you get to this level, you're trying to mind game your opponents, right? And you're like, okay, if we're showing here and here, maybe they don't have the defense ready and Luna could be there alone. And then your Lesh Lion suddenly can kill the Luna if she's farming tribal on her own. But was not the case. DM.
X on himself, just juking Fata a little bit there.
Noped out of that pretty quickly.
But as the game goes on, Tundra is just expanding their lead here. Luna obviously very good at taking out Ancient. I mean, Gyro's not bad at all, but the stacks just haven't been as robust, if you will. As now Gyro does have his Agnum Scepter, so we'll get that side gunner. So we'll see how that... I mean, what's up with the Crystallis, by the way? I've been seeing this a lot as first item and just casual. Something changed with Crystallis in this last patch?
No, this was also... Oh, hang on.
33
is in big trouble. Yeah, he's super dead.
Back he comes, gets off the Ravage, doesn't really disrupt the combo though. Boat does connect along with the Torrent, eventually brought down, but it creates enough space for Tundra to get back into the fray. There's the lasso, it's on to save the support Lion. Can barely turn around thanks to that sticky napalm. So ends up being a 1-for-1 as the chase continues. Tundra, 9 has to be a little bit careful, a little bit low HP, but GPK even lower. And every time Fata puts up his hand, it means that you are on the receiving end of a butt whooping for sure. Nightfall, oh, the Illuminate from the side. 4-for-1, the only remaining member is DM. But no more chase available, although the 7 sticky napalms are still there from afar. And that's going to be a double kill for 9 and a full team wipe for Tundra.
Yeah, they do get the Tide kill, but it's so many resources spent, and he still got off the Ravage and set up. And, you know, in these fights, when when Batrider doesn't get stalled, it's just...
Impact move is the high five. I'm surprised they even have that icon to work with. That's great.
I'm waiting for it.
I wonder if Fata, can you bind that, or do you have to actually click it?
It has a hotkey. It's Control 5, I think.
Oh, okay. So it's not that difficult.
Here it comes. There it is.
Oh my goodness.
Immediate kill from that high 5.
Yeah.
Gets the double.
It's happened every time.
And look at him surviving too.
Yeah.
Just getting that little bit of a health boost from the high 5 keeps him alive there. 8K lead.
Yeah. 8K. I mean, I mean, again, they were slowly building their lead up to 4K, and then one fight they've doubled it.
Yeah. It's looking really good. Honestly, the Batrider Night Stalker combination is super cool to see in play. You get so much vision from the NS, and the Batrider can just play the outskirts of the fight perfectly. Just keeps flying around, sticky napalm stacking, and you'd imagine 9, now that he buys the Shard and has his level 15 talent, things are only going to get way, way, way worse for the Radiant. Virtus.pro are going to be on the receiving end of so insanely much magic damage that, honestly, I don't think the pipe cuts it anymore. You need to start getting the BKBs that we talked about earlier. Would be very good.
9 from the other side with that BKB, just using that Firefly to a high degree. Doesn't even have his lasso, just comes off cooldown now. And this fight's looking pretty good for Tundra, although Gyro dies right away. A 2-for-1 to start things out. The Yule's keeping the Lesh alive a little bit longer, but Lucent Beam into another flame break to the low ground. GPK knows he can't go anywhere. And yeah, 9 is completely dominating this game. Save, trying to turn around to get the Impale. Gets it, but only hits 1. And again, burned down by 9. DM, the last remaining member.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm not sure 9 is done yet, but he actually has Flame Break on cooldown. He still didn't get the Shard, so only has that 1 use.
Oh, he's
I mean, he's thinking about it.
Yeah, we've been seeing some ballsy play from every Batrider player this tournament, but 10K net worth. Again, VP has not lost a single game this tournament. So
they also haven't picked Kunkka until now.
Okay, so correlation is definitely there.
I think Kunkka's win rate is negative.
All right, well, that's one of those, what's that saying? Immovable object meets an unstoppable force.
Yep.
So I guess Kunkka wins.
Is stronger than both.
Yeah.
He is the end-all, be-all.
That's pretty sad. But Aegis now.
Maybe he'll get 4 buffs for TI then.
That's true. Okay, how would you buff him then? What's he need?
I think he needs to have terrain pathing when he's walking in webs.
In webs?
Yes.
So it's only only works with Brood.
Yeah, give him spin web and maybe spawn spiderlings and some more damage in lane, and he'll be a first pick in no time, don't you worry.
Hopefully Valve is watching. They might need to change the theme a bit.
Maybe you could make torrent channeling for 3 seconds, and then it does a lot of damage in the line. What do you think?
Sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind some Kunkka changes. I think the hero is very entertaining to watch.
Sure, I wouldn't mind giving Kunkka literally Illuminate.
I don't mind.
Sure, why not?
Give Kunkka everything.
Yeah, okay.
Give him the best ability for each respective hero. Skeeter, level 18 now, has the Shard. Yeah, we can see it. It actually kills the Courier, the Shard with the Lucent Beam attack. DM being found. Oh, man, nice. The Flame Break onto the high ground. Man, 9 is on point with these Flame Breaks. And I do believe, like you said, he does have Shard now, right? So the double Flame Break to work with. Kingslayer, nope, no TP for you. Another TP cancel. And Tundra just absolutely rolling right now.
I honestly think in many ways that the Batrider Shard might be one of the best in the game. It is incredible. You get 2 charges on a repositioning spell with long range, and it also applies 1 sticky napalm every charge. So if you throw a flame break in the fight and you hit multiple heroes, everyone gets automatically stickied, or the ones who already are just get added +1 to, right?
Yeah.
It's just the damage output. It's kind of hidden in the same way.
It's deceivingly good.
Yeah, it's
for sure.
Save is super.
Yeah, Will-O-Wisp has arrived. Save is dead.
Kind of like we were talking the other day. I think it was Cap and I yesterday. We were talking about what's it called? Burning Army on Clinks.
9 again. Finds DM. He has his Shard. That's the tidal wave. Doesn't help him, though. He's dead again. Say it again?
I was just saying, the thing about Flame Break is all of this passive damage over time that's happening, and a lot of the time when you're observing, you don't necessarily notice it because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
But it's just this constant passive damage that builds up over time, kind of like Burning Army on Clinks or Venomancer, being in fights, just their presence and putting down their stuff. It just adds up. Batrider, unaccounted for in fights, is a monster.
Yeah.
Nice Flame Break there. He's going to split apart the Omni as well as the Gyro.
Forces out the TP, and Kingslayer was trying to help his teammate, who then TP'd out in the face of him. So
that was a good TP.
Again. It was.
You sell your Omni every day there.
Tier 1 tower taken out, and now looks like bot lane. Does VP want to try something here? They do. The instant Hex from Save, and Will-O-Wisp is up yet again. Split Earth connects, though. This will be a huge kill onto 9, but he makes it to the other side, and looks like he's good to go. Yule Scepter sets this up, and VP looked like they had everything in the bag there for at least a little bit of a gank. Get nothing out of it.
Yeah, it's just 9 is just too farmed at this point for them to two-man him. He has way too much health, 2.2k right now. With any backup there, obviously the Caudal Illuminate with a little bit of a heal and the Blinding Light to save him. But he had to be fully alone there without TP support for that kill to work. But VP are just getting desperate, right? They're trying to find whatever they can. They're just getting out-pushed and out-thought. Non-stop Ravage available here.
Yeah, 33. Looks like he posturing. Okay, there. He wanted to wait for the Will-O-Wisps. Great combination, and the Illuminate deletes most of VP, and DM with the Eclipse still going on him will drop as well. Double kill for Skeeter. This is looking like a walk in the park. This was not what I was expecting. Regardless of what the lineups are, I thought VP were unstoppable in this tournament, and they are getting shellacked.
Yeah. But you know what's more unstoppable than VP?
Under attack.
Kunkka.
Kunkka. He is... well, he's more stoppable than VP is unstoppable.
He is... What would the equivalent... He's like a black hole in the literal sense.
He's
just
a loser.
Sucks everything in.
He's just a big loser. Not that guy. Kunkka.
That's a black hole right there. Oh my. Skeeter from afar. Good to go. So, back up to an 18k net worth lead. Only 30 seconds left on the Aegis, so see how disciplined Tundra are. I mean, they are playing one of the best. I would put VP as the top 3 team in the entire world, personally. I don't know how you'd rate them, but...
They still need to show that on LAN.
So you would not put them top 3?
Not until they've had a top placement on LAN. No.
By top placement, you mean number 1?
Top 3, at least.
They got second at the last ESL One.
Was that a LAN?
After they were up 2-0?
That wasn't a LAN.
No, technically not.
At the major, they got 7th, 8th.
There's only been 2 LANs this entire year, so that's a little unfair, I think.
Well.
Well, DM Xing himself back into danger. 9 and Skeeter are just waiting for him.
Fata with the stutter step. Didn't go for the high five there.
Yeah,
maybe it was on cooldown, or he needs to like charge it up from attacking, and since he wasn't hitting anything, his hand wasn't really warmed up.
That's true. That's where macros really come in, like having just a dedicated key without having to hit multiple ones.
Why does Illuminate heal during nighttime?
It's a fake nighttime.
Yes.
Is that why?
That's what.
Oh, all right. Instant Dispel. So no more Lasso. Will-O-Wisp was kind of wasted, and with that, I believe Tundra are trying to reset here, but they put DM back into a horrendous position. Man, he has been having a very rough game. Oh, gets off the tidal wave, though, with the Finger of Death. It's going to be enough to take out Luna. No more Aegis for you. Big kill for VP. See how much they can actually capitalize with this as Nightfall takes out Snake King, so that's a double kill for Mr. Gyro himself.
Okay. Took advantage of the fact that they countered the Lasso immediately with Heavenly Grace, and Ravage was on cooldown. I mean, Tundra obviously feeling themselves. They're super far ahead, but thinking twice about it, maybe you don't push that high ground for that wave. If you wait one more wave and then go, you have the Ravage, and you probably win the game there. But give it a little bit of a finger to VP here. They're not going to take the whole hand, because Fata is bottom, so they can't get that yet.
Okay, that did not sound right. That really didn't sound good coming out of your mouth, but we're seeing the replay here.
You see here, so Lasso's already used, they don't have Ravage, and they get this good repositioning with the tidal wave. Easy grab on Skitter, and the fight's over here. You have bad without Lasso and no Ravage, you can't fight back. So I think good call from Tundra to cut their losses.
All right, I have a question for you, and I don't want this to sound disrespectful for Tundra, because I actually think they're really good, and I personally think that they should be at TI. Or at least they should have a better chance to get a TI. For VP, they're picking Kunkka, which is objectively considered a bad hero right now. But DM is known for his Kunkka. Like we cast the last time, he was a god. How much is this just feeling pretty comfortable that they will win this series and they're undefeated? Maybe a little cockiness.
I think they're picking the hero that they think is best.
Okay.
There were good cases to be made about Kunkka. Like I'm mainly just memeing, but it's not really because they picked Kunkka that they lost. They've been destroyed all across the map. I don't know what hero DM can play to solve this situation, right? They've just been rolled. It's just funny that Kunkka keeps losing every game.
Stats don't lie. You know?
That's all there is to it. But I don't think he's been a huge liability this game.
Tundra. Oh, the silence immediately. Can't even get the Hex off. Poor save. Oh, that is rough stuff. The crippling fear, very strong in situations like that. But the splitter does connect from GPK. Here comes the boat as well. Nine's in a bit of trouble with Fata's support from the side. But there's the Lasso. The tidal wave to the other side. He has to force himself to the right as 33's coming. And he does have Ravage again, waiting for that Will-O-Wisp. Will successfully get it up. 9 is actually going to survive throughout all this. DM tried to TP, but no cigar for you. And across the map, a full team wipe in favor of Tundra, who lose nobody. Yeah, Luna did literally nothing.
I love that. He gets tipped by Fata, and we get to see Skeeter's reaction. He's just smiling. He's like, I love Dota. I don't need to do damage. Well, he did contribute. He ran around meowing after the kill.
That is, you know, I consider that a morale boost for sure. Yeah. All right, with this tier 3 tower basically dead, we'll see how much they commit to going for this Rax. Keep in mind that they obviously don't have Roshan, or don't have Aegis. Roshan should be up. Actually is up right now. Not sure if they know that.
Decent hold here from VP. Frontlining the gyro with call down and keeping him heavenly graced makes it difficult for Tundra to just go in, even though they're 5-on-3. Because obviously some key cooldowns, no lasso, no ravage, makes it difficult to access the barracks just that time around. But if nothing else, they could just keep farming the map. They've got insane map control. It is natural nighttime now. Never mind, it's day now. It was night.
Okay.
But yeah, during the nighttime, it's so easy to maintain map control with a lineup like theirs when you're ahead. Both Luna and Nightstalk with all the information. So, when does he have Dark Ascension again? So 10 seconds for Fata. It could look to make a move. Dark Ascension overlapping here with Lasso being ready. Ravage is 50 seconds away. But you don't necessarily need Ravage if you're fighting out in the open. I think it's more important for the base push. Out in the open, maybe you can get the vision and just grab an easy pick. But yeah, BP are playing tight together here. Going to try to attack
the Roach pit, Nightfall goes.
Tundra very ready here.
Oh yeah. Flame Break already hit him. And back to the high ground. VP obviously one team fight loss away from likely losing this game 1. And Tundra just can't make any big mistakes. Again, you're playing against a very good VP squad who has yet to lose a game. And if you somehow lose this, if you're Tundra, that is like one of the most demoralizing things you can be a part of. Like that just, in theory, would like ruin their chances theoretically for future games in the tournament. Like we've seen that before, teams collapse.
What would be the real life equivalent of losing with a 20k gold lead to Kunkka?
Probably putting money on the market or stock market and just losing it all.
But that's like there's, you know, you should have really, really good odds, right?
Right.
What's something in real life where you would have like super good chances of winning but still lose? And feel horrible about it.
I feel like there's a joke here. I just can't think of it, so no idea.
It's you.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks, Cinderin.
You're welcome.
That's the joke. All right, into the pit we go, and this could be the last stand for VP. Call down's available. They see the Torrent connect onto 33. That Fata jumps in with the crippling fear, but the BKB
he's taking
activated.
A lot of damage.
Absolutely, getting decimated, and looks like he's going to drop. So 5v4, just like that. Tundra, they do get off the Will-O-Wisp, though. Nightfall pops the BKB, kills the Will-O-Wisp very quickly. Omni Knight dies, but buys back into the game. 32 getting chased with that rocket barrage. It gets the Ravage off just in time with the lasso, and Nightfall goes back to the fountain. GPK with that BKB, and perfect timing again from 9 with that Flame Break. GPK burning down, but the Heavenly Grace definitely a good thing. 9 jumps back in. GPK will be able to TP back to base. DM though, and say, how is Will-O-Wisp up again? What is this spell, dude? Honestly, yeah, they're just gonna GG out. So Tundra absolutely demolished